In a world where athleticism meets grace, two names have risen above the rest: Melissa Vargas and Zehra Güneş. Both are dominant forces in volleyball, each with a style so distinct, yet so perfectly complementary, it almost feels scripted. Vargas, the thunderstorm with a spike that could shake a stadium. And Zehra, the elegant sentinel at the net, always one step ahead of the opposition. But what stirred the internet isn't just their championship wins or highlight reels. It's something else. Something quieter. Something more personal. From the moment Melissa Vargas set foot in Turkey, she was met with overwhelming admiration. A prodigy from Cuba with a fierce game and an unbreakable spirit, she didn't just join the Turkish national team, she became its fire. And standing beside her, almost like destiny had made it so, was Zehra Güneş, already a national icon, known for her commanding presence and calm strength. When the two played together, there was electricity in the air. The chemistry was impossible to miss. Their movements on the court mirrored each other with near-perfect synchronization. It was like watching a dance, powerful, intimate, and so precise that fans began to wonder, how much of this was training, and how much was something deeper. They celebrated victories with the kind of closeness that felt more than friendly. A look, a laugh, a lingering high five, it was all subtle, but unmistakably warm. And then came the moments off the court. That's where the whispers started. Team dinners, airport lounges, media events, Melissa and Zehra were always side by side. Whether it was casual conversations, shared jokes, or cozy photos that surfaced online, the bond was undeniable. Fans began to notice how often they leaned into one another, how their eyes sought each other in every crowd. Matching outfits at public events. Late-night TikToks featuring the two of them. Laughter that seemed to come from a private world only they understood. Social media took hold of it quickly. Edits flooded TikTok and Instagram. Threads appeared analyzing every glance, every gesture. Was it friendship? A sisterly bond? Or something more? Entire fan pages were created, not just for their volleyball highlights, but for what many were now calling the unspoken connection. Then came the viral moments. During one international match, cameras caught Zehra whispering into Melissa's ear, followed by a brief but intimate smile. It wasn't scripted. It wasn't for the crowd. It felt real. Another time, after a tense victory, Vargas instinctively reached for Zehra's hand before even celebrating with the rest of the team. These weren't staged, they were natural. And that made them all the more fascinating. The Turkish media, always eager for a good story, began to pick up on the buzz. Rumors swirled. Journalists asked pointed questions in press conferences, none of which received answers. The silence only added to the mystery. But here's where things get more complicated. Zehra Güneş had once been publicly linked to Eren Aladlay, the son of a well-known businessman. Their relationship, while never fully in the spotlight, was acknowledged enough to be considered official. They were together for over a year, before calling it quits sometime in 2022. That history, and its timing, led some to suggest that the speculation about Melissa and Zehra was just that, speculation. Still, the rumors refused to die. Because no matter how the past played out, the present kept offering more clues. Fans continued to analyze their behavior. The way they stood close. The way they supported each other through difficult games. The way they seemed to protect each other from the chaos of the media storm. And let's not forget, neither of them has addressed the rumors. Not once. No denials. No confirmations. Just silence. Which, in the age of social media, speaks volumes. So what's the truth? Are we watching one of the strongest friendships in modern sports, a bond built on mutual respect, sacrifice, and shared dreams? Or are we seeing something more tender, more vulnerable, and much more private? It's possible that we, as spectators, are reading too much into the moments they've shared. Sometimes, intense friendships, especially in the high-stakes world of professional sports, look like something else. Shared trauma. Shared pressure. Shared victories. They forge bonds that are almost impossible to explain. But it's also possible that the connection between Melissa Vargas and Zehra Güneş transcends volleyball. Because whether it's friendship or something more, what they've shown the world is rare, a deep emotional closeness that's as inspiring as it is mysterious. They don't need to post declarations online. Their actions, their body language, and their energy speak louder than any caption ever could. And maybe that's why fans are so drawn to them. Because in a world of curated moments and media training, Melissa and Zehra feel real, unfiltered, human. And in their silence, they've allowed the world to create its own narrative, one filled with hope, admiration, and a little bit of longing. At the end of the day, we may never know the full story. Unless they choose to share it, it remains theirs, and theirs alone. But here's what we do know. Melissa Vargas and Zehra Güneş are two of the greatest athletes volleyball has ever seen. Their skills are unmatched. Their drive is relentless. And their connection, whether as friends, teammates, or something deeper, is unforgettable. They've built a legacy not just through their victories, but through the way they've carried each other along the journey. And that legacy will outlive any rumor. So now, we leave it to you. Are we witnessing an unspoken love story? Or simply one of the most powerful friendships in sports history? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more deep dives into the lives and mysteries of today's most fascinating athletes. Because sometimes, the most powerful stories aren't about what's confirmed, but what's felt. If you've made it this far, chances are you're just as fascinated by stories like this as we are, the untold connections, the behind-the-scenes moments, and the truths hidden in plain sight. That's exactly what we bring you every week. So if you want more deep dives, more emotional revelations, and more of the stories the mainstream never dares to explore, this is your place. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, so you never miss a single upload. We're building a community of curious minds, sports fans, and truth seekers who want more than just headlines. They want the real stories. From courtside whispers to locker room mysteries, we uncover what others overlook. And trust us, what's coming next will be even more explosive. So stay connected, stay curious, and most importantly, stay subscribed. Your next obsession is just one video away.